gets me down.
Yes, I was 15 and I was dating an 18-year-old. So I think I might know a thing or two about toxic relationships. I know a thing or two about toxic relationships. So get ready with me while I talk about who the heck did I date. My first boyfriend would tell me to be more like his mother, and that whenever we got married and Easter came around, I had to make him an Easter basket no matter how old he was. I had to do his laundry, make his lunch, make his bed, all that stuff, because that's what his mom did for him at the ripe age of 18. Oh, and I was 15. He once pushed me into a wall because people at my school in my class were all telling me to. Whether it was a joke or not, it wasn't. Nobody should joke about that, whatever. But I was clearly upset. I went to him and I told him about it, and he was so upset with them. And then I tried to stop him from going and yelling at them because that would be more embarrassing for me. And he just shoved me into the wall. Didn't apologize. And then I had to apologize for getting mad at him about shoving me into a wall. Every time that he would get me food, he would insist on paying for my food because I'd always offer, because he didn't have a job, but I'd always offer to pay for my food. He'd say absolutely not. And then whenever the food came, he'd get angry at me for spending money. And then whenever he would look at how much he spent or how much he's been spending on food for me, even though I always say that I'm going to pay for myself, he'll look at his card statements and stuff and get mad at me. When it was prom time, I told him that I wanted him to ask me to be his date to prom. And he said, yeah, of course I'll ask you. Why wouldn't I? A week from prom, I still hadn't been asked, so I asked him, hey, are you going to ask me to prom? I don't want to, get my hopes up. And he said, because you keep asking, it's making me want to do it less. The more that you ask me to do it, the less that I want to do it. And then he was like, no, I'm not going to ask you to prom. I don't want to do it anymore because you want me to do it. And then I ended up asking him to prom. I made a sign and everything. One time we were arguing because I saw something on his phone that I didn't like, I think. And then I told him, hey, don't go talking to your friends about this because I want to finish talking to you about this after school. And he was like, okay, I promise I won't tell a soul. And then he went and told his entire senior class plus one of my teachers. And then I was like, why would you tell them? He was like, I just needed someone to talk to, Annabelle. You don't ever listen to me. You just don't listen to anything that I say. I feel like I can never tell you anything because you're so judgy. And, I just think that you're gonna get mad at me. Why are we turning this around? I found something that I did not like because you weren't telling me something, and we're turning this around on me. And then he goes, Annabelle, I just need to confront you. And in the Bible, it says that I need to confront you with a witness. So what does he do? He pulls out his best friend that he is going to college with. He's in college with him right now, as we speak. And he says, I need him here to confront you because in the Bible, it says that you need a witness when you're confronting someone. I am his girlfriend. We have been together for almost a year at this point. And then his friend is just sitting there while we're talking. And he goes, I can't ever tell you anything. I just feel like I can never be myself around you. Mind you, he's manipulating me right now. And he goes, I just can never tell you anything. I just feel so judged. And you're just going to get mad at me when I tell you things. So I just lie because it's better to lie about it than, tell you because you're just gonna get mad. And then I said, well, I feel the same way. Like, I'm trying to relate to the guy. And I said, I feel the same way. I'm sorry. And he cut me off. He looks to his friend and he goes, see, I told you she's crazy. That same day, we were in the parking lot, just like arguing. I was standing completely still. He's throwing his arms everywhere. My sister and her class are outside by the parking lot for athletics, and they're walking around seeing him just scream at me. And, he's saying that I'm a bad girlfriend, that I'm crazy, that we should just end it right now. And I said, okay, then let's end it. And I walked away, and he said, you walk away and we're effing done. And I said, okay. And I walked away. And then he said, okay, fine, we're done. You're crazy. And screaming at me in front of all these 7th and 8th graders. And then I walk back into my class. Not even 4 minutes later, he calls me and goes, did we really just break up? Please, I don't want to break up. Last one, but my makeup is done. On his senior trip, he decided to block me. Don't know why. And so I went and hung out with another guy because I was like, okay, we're done. Like, I'm not doing this game. He literally blocked me. So I went and hung out with one of my friends and then her boyfriend and then his friend. And they all went to my school. And, I was hanging out with him. We kissed. Like, it's not anything if, he blocked me. He literally said, we're done, and blocked me. So, no cheating there. And then when school, the senior trip was over and we went back to school, it was the very last day of school. And my ex found, I told him about it because we got back together because he unblocked me and said, hey, I miss you, baby. Huh, okay. I guess we're not done. And then he comes back to school. Mind you, he's a senior, so he's in his senior stuff. And I told him about it, and he was so pissed. He was crying and sobbing and how could you do this to me? Okay. And then he is just staring the guy down all day and told me that he wanted to him. And he was staring him down the whole day, just literally sitting by himself and just staring at him. It was very scary. And yeah, I low-key thought that something was going to happen because he was a very scary person. And if he can shove me into a wall, he can do other stuff.
Why are middle school boys literally so rude and have no consideration at all? So basically on Monday in gym class, we were playing kickball and it was my turn to kick. So basically the first time, the pitcher, he kind of gave me a bad throw because I was right here and the ball was coming towards me kind of more to the side. So it was really hard for me to kick it. But then I got another try and I actually kicked it and it was a pretty good kick, I'd say. I got to first base and second base, but then I couldn't get to third base because I got out. And then when I got out, it was 3 outs already. So we had to switch and then we were on the team that were on the field. And so basically my friend went up to me and she told me that a group of boys were laughing at me and making fun of me. They were all laughing at me and they're like, oh, this is why I hate my team. And then one of them said I had a disease. They probably said even more worse things about me, but my friend just didn't hear it. And I just don't get why they would say I have a disease. Yeah, you can laugh at me if my kick was not good, but why do you have to make up stuff about me? The thing that bothered me the most is that them saying I had a disease, and I don't even know what they meant by that, but I feel what they could have meant is that since I'm Asian, they're probably saying I had COVID or something. But what I feel they also meant by disease is I had a disease which made me skinny or something. Them just making a comment about my body is just really weird, and I'm literally insecure about that. I've literally never laughed at them or said anything about them when they were kicking, and I don't get why they're laughing at me because literally sometimes they would miss the ball too and they had to get a second try. I think I was the only one they were laughing at and making fun of, but I could be wrong. And me and my friend were gonna tell the school counselor, we emailed her and everything, but that day she was kind of busy because a school fight happened happened. And today I have gym class and we're playing kickball still. And like I'm just kind of scared because like I know no matter what I do, like they'll still try to find a way to make fun of me. Anyways, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all a crazy, true story time. About a month and a half ago, I had a meeting with an influencer marketing agency. If you don't know what that is, it's basically an agency that helps you get brand deals, connects you with brands to get on PR teams, stuff like that. They had been hitting me up for a couple months and I never took the call because I didn't really know if I wanted to work with an influencer marketing agency, but this year, I'm trying to say yes to more stuff, so I finally took the call. But then she started asking me questions, and one of the questions she asked me was, how much money did you make last year? Full transparency, just like I had with her, I didn't make that much money last year. That's because it was my first year really pushing my rates and trying to get out of like the gifted campaigns hole. You know, I was realizing my worth and it took me a little bit. From there, the call shifted. Like, girl, I felt the energy was off, the energy was weird. She straight up told me that you will hear back from us at the beginning of next week, deciding whether or not we decided to sign you or whatever. Girl, it didn't even take her all of next week. She emailed me back the next morning and basically was like, we're not gonna sign you at this time. Tried to put it off on me and was like, what you're looking for, we just don't think that we'd be a good fit right now. Girl, I didn't even say what I was looking for. Obviously, I know it was because how much money I made last year. They get paid a commission based off of the brand deals that you get, and based on how much money I made, they probably looked at me like, we can't make money off of her next. Now, I got a little butthurt after this, and the reason I got a little butthurt was at the beginning of the call, she said, we see potential in you. And that stuck with me because I'm like, okay, well, if you saw potential in me, why wouldn't you just take a chance on me? I had to remember, I've been beauty influencing, content creating, whatever you want to call it, for like the past 3 or 4 years, and I just started making good money this year. This year, making money was not like my top reason for wanting to be a beauty influencer. I've always wanted to be a beauty influencer. So honestly, I was just happy that I was chasing my dreams. But girl, I was feeling so bad that I literally went on my social channels and was looking at my low engagement and how many followers I had. And I was really like hurt. Like all I remember is that I never want to have to feel that way again. There is no way that somebody scouts you out for that long and then you take a call and it's almost like embarrassing. Like I genuinely felt embarrassed and it was almost just felt like a slap in the face. And just for comparison, whenever I took that call with her, I had 20K followers on TikTok. I now have 63K followers on TikTok, almost 40K followers on Instagram, and 13K followers on YouTube. All that is completely grown organically. I've never paid for likes, views, comments, nothing, all organically. We are still at the beginning of the year going into mid-February, and I have now made triple of what I made last year for the whole year. I have already been placed on 3 dream PR teams just this year. Girl, if that is not a sign of motivation, I don't know what is. Not every single deal is a good deal. Not all money is good money. Not all exposure is good exposure. And I'm lucky enough to have followers who genuinely care about me. I feel like me and my followers are so close. Like, y'all know I would not lie to y'all. Y'all know that y'all can talk to me anytime. I try to respond to as many people as I can because I'm trying to do things differently over here. As cliche as it sounds, I'm glad that it happened to me because I really feel like it gave me the drive and motivation to keep going. And it really made me realize my worth because I will never feel like that again.
Get ready with me while I tell you how I had to call the cops on a customer yesterday and get him permanently trespassed from my place of work. I want to put this out here just in case like this video does, you know, like get some attention, that everyone has different like triggers and stuff, and the way this triggered me might not trigger you, and that's okay, but it really triggered me. So I just want to start off with the fact that I do not get paid enough to deal with this. And I don't let stuff slide with customers. Like normally if any of the team members or even other managers are having problems with a customer, they come and grab me and I'll put them like in their place. Like I am not someone to let a customer know. Like we are just all teenagers at the end of the day basically working at this company, and we don't get paid enough to deal with customers screaming, cussing, yelling. So I'm one to not let stuff slide. Yesterday, I was not having it. I've actually been really sick of this job. Like I walk into work, I dread walking into work. I hate being there, and I just have to put a smile on my face. So I was not feeling it yesterday. I was not in the mood. I didn't want to work yesterday. I just wasn't having it. So like I wasn't really caring. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically I was just not in the mood to like argue with anyone. I was not in the mood to like really talk to anyone. So I just want to put this out here that this is a regular customer. He actually works 2 buildings down or like 3 buildings down. He comes in pretty regularly. I wouldn't say like twice a week, but like definitely very regularly, that I know his name, I know where he works, you know, like pretty regularly. Every time this customer comes in, it's always something like, oh, my app isn't working. It said I got a free food. I got a free meal. I got a free this. I got that. Last time I was here, my food was disgusting. I want it made for free. Last time I didn't have my chicken. I want free chicken. Last time this, last time that. It's always something. It is always something. So I saw him walk in. He already had his phone out. I was like, the lady was still looking, so keep in mind there was a whole customer this whole time behind him. He pretty much comes up to the register. He's like, hi, like, how are you? You know, starting normal conversation. And then he proceeds to go in. Last time I was here, and I was just like, I already knew where this was going. I didn't think it was going to go as far as it did. But he started off by saying, last time I was here, the Alfredo was disgusting. It had no sauce. It was dry. I was missing my chicken in it, blah, 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 blah. I have this email to get a free Alfredo. And we don't send out emails saying that. Like, we would send out an email. So if a customer was to email us saying, like, oh, this happened, you know, we would say, like, oh, like, can you give us a confirmation code so we can confirm your order? And then we can send you a free bull card. We would never just say, oh, here's a free offer. We would never do that. So I was like, oh, can I see the email? He proceeds to say, well, then, does this person work here? And I was like, oh, like, I can't give out personal information like that. He's like, okay, well, she's the one that sent me the email. I was like, okay, perfect. She's another shift manager here, so that's how I know it's a reliable source. Can I please see the email? He has the email already pulled up, and basically in the email is basically him just saying how disgusting his food was, blah, 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 blah. And then the shift manager responded saying, we're so sorry that happened, yada, yada, yada. Can you please give us a confirmation order, the order of your number, like just anything, like the card, the QR code, whatever. She just asked a bunch of things like, oh, are you able to show us a receipt? Are you able to confirm a proof of purchase, the whatever, right? He then proceeds to literally say, after this email specific, oh my gosh, I made that a heart. After this email specifically says, like, can we confirm your purchase? You know, like, whatever, right? I don't need to go through it again. But basically, he's like, so yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do, but I'm here for my free Alfredo. I said, okay, so that email is not us saying that you can get a free Alfredo next time you come in. That was her asking for you to give her a confirmation, anything like a proof of purchase, because we do get scammed. And he cut me off. He cut me off right there. He's like, well, she said I can get a free like already start. I said no. And it wasn't a big cuss word. It was just like DAMN. But now you got me messed up if you already are coming at me hostile about an Alfredo, y'all. So I cut him off as he says that. And I said, okay, so basically in that email, all she is asking is for a QR code, because lots of people, like I was trying to say, scam us and say that, oh, this happened when they never made a purchase from us, you know, so we just do need a proof of purchase. And he's like, I don't give up, and just started going off. He's like, here, take my credit card then, ring up my credit card so I can show that I've ordered here before. And I was like, I know you've ordered here before, like I recognize you, like you're a regular. He's like, exactly, you know me, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, so what we're not going to do is raise our voice. He's like, are you the manager? And I was like, yes, I'm the manager. I'm the only manager here. He's like, well, I want this person's phone number, the one that sent him the email, the other manager. I said, I am not giving you someone's personal phone number. He's like, well, like just starts cussing. And then he, while he's cussing, I basically just cut him off. I'm like, whoa, 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 you are not going to speak to me like that. I say it pretty firm. I lay the ground. You are not going to speak to me like that. He then puts his hand all up, like, right in my face and is like, I'm not speaking to you in any way. I am speaking to you like a civil human being. I said, you are not speaking to me like a normal human being. You are cussing, you are screaming, and now you are putting your hands in my face. However I worded it, I do not care. I can't even remember at this point. I was like, this grown 50-year-old man has his hands in my face and now he's cussing at me. That's all I could really remember. I don't know really where it went from there, but basically he's just like, am I gonna get my Alfredo or not? And I was like, well, if you pay for it, yes, but I cannot give it to you for free because that email does not, like, show, like, you can get this for free. And that's when he lost it. And then I pointed at the door. I said, get out. I've never had to do that before. I've literally never had to do that before. Like I said, some people have certain different triggers, and that triggered me back from a lot of roots that I obviously do not need to get into, but all I knew was this was a grown man screaming in my face, hands in my face. I was scared. I was in flight or fight mode. Like, I know it doesn't sound that serious, but it was that deep. And all I know is that this is a grown man screaming in my face, I need to protect my employees that are behind me. You need to get out. That was like the first thing that I was honestly really thinking of. I need to protect myself and my employees, and as well as these customers that are now hearing you cuss at me. So I literally pointed to the door. I said, get out. He said, no, I'm not leaving till I get my Alfredo. And I said, get out. And I said it again, but I said it like louder. He's like, blank you, you're a moron, blah, blah, like just F-bombs, F-bombs, F-bombs. I said, get out of my restaurant now. Like, I literally laid it down. I said, get out now. And he said, fine, or like however he worded it, and then he just F-bomb as he walked out. And I was just so like, did that really just happen? Like, am I being serious right now? The customer, as this is literally happening, she comes up, she's like, I'm so sorry, honey. Like, he should never speak to a woman like that, let alone, like, a little girl. Like, what was it even about? And I just told her, I was just like, he's fucking crazy. Like, that's all I really said. Like, I took her order completely normal. Like, was not crying. I was just really, like, in shock that really happened. And then, like, as I really just was like, that really just happened, I called my GM. He didn't answer. And then he said, like, hey, what's up? Literally, like, 5 seconds later. And I was like, you need to call me now, like, with a period, which I feel like he took very serious, because I would not say something like that, I feel like. I go to the back, and I immediately just start crying, because, like, my first thing was just, like, I'm in shock, like, I need to protect my employees, myself. And then after it happened, I was like, that just happened. Like, you know, I just started crying, like, I don't know. And I was on the phone, like, sobbing to my manager, like, I'm scared, like, he just did this, blah, 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 blah. You know, and I knew he was going to come back. He lives very close. Like, not that he was going to come back that moment, but he would be coming back in the building. And I didn't want that to happen to anyone else, nor do I want that happening to me again. My GM actually took it very, very seriously, which, not like I wasn't surprised, but I just wasn't expecting my GM to be like, okay, call the cops. Like, I want you to call the cops. He needs to get trespassed. Pretty much, I called the cops came, they took another statement from me, they asked literally every detail I knew about this man. I knew quite a bit, I knew the car he went into, everything like that. He left, and not even 5 minutes later, he comes walking into the building with a picture that looks like a mugshot. It's like zoomed in. He said, is this him? I said, yeah, that's him. He said, okay, thank you, we'll get this solved. I have 30 seconds left of the video, but that is basically everything that happened. The cop asked if I wanted to press charges, and I have too much stuff going on in my personal life to have to deal with, like, pressing charges, court, like, all that stuff. So I just said, no, I want him trespassed. I never want him on my property or on this property ever again. And that was pretty much it, and now he doesn't have access to the building, so.
Hey guys, get ready with me for bed, but I'm going to be telling you guys why I don't want to go to school because of all the drama going on. So I'll name, like, each friend a different name as we go on, like, just in case, because I don't really want them, like, having their real names. But it all started last Friday when we were all basically getting ready to, like, leave. So it was, like, the end of the day, and basically I realized, like, I had asked to go to the bathroom. And when I had asked to go to the bathroom, everyone looked at me and started, like, laughing, and I was like, what the heck is going on? I just thought nothing of it, and I just continued on with my day, going to the bathroom because I need to go to the bathroom. And so basically, I go to the bathroom, and we have a substitute, so I was, like, and I get back there, and since the substitute, like, has no clue, she speaks out loud, she goes, who just did that? And basically, I was talking to this person. Her name was Angelica. That wasn't her actual name, but that's what we'll call her. And basically, Angelica got with my ex-best friend, like my boy best friend. Well, now ex-boy best friend. While I was literally in the bathroom. And, like, I guess everyone had just, like, laughed at me when I had asked to go to the bathroom, which means that this was probably planned for a while. And then I started to realize on Thursday, when I also asked to go to the bathroom, everyone just started laughing at me. But they started laughing in more of, like, a quiet tone. Like, it was more, like, quiet. It wasn't, like, it was more like a, like, something that I wasn't really thinking it was about me. I was thinking maybe it was about a side conversation. So I had felt, like, super insecure about like, this time. And basically, I walk into the room with Angelica, and we'll call him Benjamin, on the floor, like, each other. I know, it's, like, actually insane. I know it's insane, but they were literally, like, on top of each other at the middle of the school day. And by the way, we have a substitute, so the substitute is like, what the frick is going on? And so obviously this is a big issue. Like, I've been talking to this girl for 3 months almost, and my boy best friend just, like, goes and does this, and I just like felt something about it the entire time. Like I knew something was gonna happen. And if he just like randomly did that, that clearly means that she was there the entire time. And she didn't talk to me all weekend. So I was like, okay, like there's something wrong. And I'm like, okay, I didn't do anything. She did something, because I didn't know about this until one of my friends had reported it back to me. But basically, one of my friends had also gotten with like the girl, like literally had gotten with the girl that I was talking to. So I guess she had like a crush on the girl that I was talking to, which is okay. I don't care. It's just like, what? So that same friend that told me all of this information also was getting with that girl. Now, this is where the story gets a little bit wild, because I just go the entire weekend without talking to Angelica at all. And I literally do nothing but cry all weekend, because I was literally so despised and like sad, because it was like my literal talking stage of 3 months. Like I was gonna probably ask her out sometime this week. And it was with my boy best friend, and it was in the middle of a school day. Like, I was just so tired and I wanted to go home, and it just had ruined my day. And so today I walk into school, like, I try and act normal. And let's just say I walk in a homeroom and everyone starts dying laughing. Like, I'm literally, like, the funniest person ever. And guess what happens? Guess what happens? Benjamin walks over to Angelica and they start kissing again. So I guess that the laugh was a code for Benjamin to go like hook up with her. I really don't know, but the rest of the school day was just super duper awkward, and I really don't even know what to do anymore. So let me know if you guys have any more tips, because it's super awkward walking into school now, and I'm so embarrassed. But bye guys, and let me know if you guys want a part 2. I'll update you guys. Bye.
Story time on how my brown mom read my diary. I was in the 7th grade, like the fattest crush on this one guy. It was one of those crushes where like it physically like hurt to have. Sobbing, crying, tearing up. I didn't want to tell my friends about him, so I bought myself a diary. His diary was like pretty graphic. There were tear stains all over the pages. They have stuff like, I'm gonna marry him, have like 10 kids with him and live in a mansion with him. I was also really into like fan fictions at the time, so you best bet I made like fan fictions between me and him. And like again, I don't even know this man, like I've never talked to him in my life. I would write on this diary like in the bathroom, but also hide it in there as well, which is like the smartest idea because my whole entire family uses that bathroom. And one day I went to the bathroom again to like go write in it, and I saw that the diary just wasn't there. I was like frantically looking for it, and then I went to my parents' room and my mom was there and my diary was also there as well. My mom was like, so you like a boy? And I was like, oh, like I don't even know what a boy is. She was like, see, like you don't need to lie to me. I read the entire diary. I don't know how I didn't like drop down to my knees and faint. To my surprise, my mom was actually pretty chill about it. She was like, yeah, I know him. I mean, he's pretty respectful. I've talked to him a couple of times. He seems pretty nice. And I was like, okay. After that, me and my mom definitely got super close. I still get teased about it to this day. It's fine because sometimes I still like take it out and read it and like I genuinely don't understand what was like going inside my little head. But yeah, I wouldn't like recommend that experience to anyone, nor would I want to like wish it upon anyone either. It's just like something that should be completely avoided. Get ready with me to get jumped. So I'm going to give you guys a full run through of how I know I'm going to get jumped and how this all started. So basically this girl bumped into me and I said sorry to her and she turned around to me and went like that. So I gave her a dirty look back because who the fuck does she think she is giving me a dirty look after I fucking apologized to her even though she bumped into me. And then she goes to me, who the fuck do you think you're looking at? And I go to her, you, obviously. And she's like, don't be getting cheeky or loud to me, like you can't be speaking to me like that. And I said to her, well, I just did, didn't I? She was just getting really like mad and pressed for like absolutely no reason. Like, girl, I just apologized to you for something you did and you gave me a dirty look first, so I don't know why you're getting all mad. But anyways, she goes to me like, oh, watch what will happen to you tomorrow. And I go, what are you gonna do to me tomorrow? And she says, let's fight. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. I don't even know you like that. Not to mention, this is like the only interaction we've ever had. So obviously I go to her like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. I don't even know you like that. Like, girl, I don't know why you're getting so mad. And she's like, well, you will fight me or else I'll fight you. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? And she went to me, you'll see what I'm talking about tomorrow. If you don't fight me, I'll fight you. So she's basically threatening that if I don't want to fight her, she will fight me either way. I'm not even gonna lie, the girl is actually quite small. Like, she's smaller than me. So I could probably win, but then again, I've never fought anyone, so I'm like scared of what's gonna happen. But anyways, that's the last I hear from her, except from when I get home and I get a bunch of different ads on Snapchat from all of these random people I've never spoken to in my entire life. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know what, this is it. Add them back, see what they have to say, and then move on. So I add one of the girls that added me back thinking, you know what, what's the worst that could happen? And she just adds me into this huge ass group with a bunch of girls, including the one that wanted to fight me, that I've literally never spoken to in my entire life. Don't get me wrong, I am not a snitch, but I was dead ass debating calling up the school and being like, get these people kicked out, but I didn't do that. So then they're all talking in the group, telling me what they're gonna do to me, telling me that they're gonna beat me up, telling me to meet them in certain areas of the school today, being like, you need to meet us here, you need to meet us there, we're gonna do this to you, we're gonna do that to you. And I'm like, do this to me, do that to me. What are you gonna actually do? You don't do nothing. You're all talk, no touch. Because I was just thinking, realistically, if they were actually gonna touch me, they would have done it yesterday. They would have done it yesterday. I don't know why they waited till today. So honestly, I'm kind of excited to see if they do hold up to their word. I just got sent a screenshot of one of the girls having on her story, what's Maddie's first lessons? I'm kind of scared. Look how pretty. Oh, hello me. But anyways, look how pretty. I'm half debating not going in though. I low-key am. Like, I don't really want to get jumped. Like, who wants to get jumped? I low-key don't care if they see this. I'm dead-ass debating staying home. Bro, do I stay? I don't know what to do. Because, like, I want to go in because I don't want to seem like a pussy, but deep inside, I am a bit of a pussy. I've decided I am going to go in because, like Bad Baby said, no one's the Incredible Hulk. There's always going to be someone out there bigger and better than you that can whoop your ass. And that's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. You'll live. I hope. I'm not even, like, scared about getting jumped. I'm just scared someone's gonna film it and then post it everywhere. Like, best believe if someone does do that, they are getting whooped by everyone. I will get people onto that person. Okay, I'm gonna let this bake, and then I'm gonna take out my heatless curls and get changed for school. And then after school, I'll update you guys on everything and what happens. I'm really scared, but anyways, love you guys. Bye. Get ready with me to meet my Roblox boyfriend for a double date. So the double date is gonna be with his brother and his brother's girlfriend, but low-key, his brother is so much hotter than him. Like, you don't understand how fucking hot his brother was. Like, let's just say his brother definitely got the good genes. I am slightly nervous to meet Ghost's brother's girlfriend because what if she's hotter than me? Then she's a fucking threat to me. Because what if Ghost wants to leave me for her? If Ghost leaves me for her, all I have to say for him is fuck him, which is what I did last night. Oh! Anyways, moving along. He didn't give me a dress code. He just said dress very, very casually. No pajamas, but no over-the-top clothing. I think I'm just gonna wear a tracksuit. If you're wondering why I look a little bit emo, it's actually because I was going to break up with Ghost today. Because, I'm sorry guys, this is going to be really traumatic to talk about. Basically, he invited me over yesterday for a date in his house, and I assumed we would get down to business. Like I just told you guys we did. I lied to you guys, we did not get down to business. I pray to fuck that he's not taking me to this double date today in his fishy ass van, because he needs to fix that van ASAP and get that fishy smell out of it. Unless it's him that smells of fish, because, I low-key smelt it in the house as well. So, was it him? Listen, I'm more than sure that he'll be taking multiple showers at my house tomorrow anyways, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, then you need to get to know. Unless you're like 10, then don't get to know. Anyways, this is my makeup done. I'll update you guys later on how the double date goes. Bye! Get ready with me to fight my best friend who is no longer my best friend. So essentially, if you watched my previous videos about the girls wanting to jump me and then the whole like whether I got jumped or not situation, you would know that in order not to get jumped, I hid in the staff toilets. You guys would also know that my best friend was the only person who I told I was hiding, in the staff toilets, which is just very, normal. Like, I told her where I was in hopes that she would not tell anyone. But then out of absolutely nowhere, everyone was at the staff toilets looking for me. Everyone had found me out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I hadn't told anyone but her. So it kind of clicked onto my head that it was her who told everyone. So I decided, you know what, today I'm just gonna not talk to her. I'm done. Like, what the fuck? And she ended up messaging me being like, girl, why didn't you talk to me today? Like, you literally went silent. And I told her, like, maybe because you told everyone where I was hiding. She eventually told me that the reason she told everyone that I was in there was to avoid me getting, like, lost or trapped in the staff toilet. But that makes no fucking sense. So I started arguing with her over the phone, and she started swearing at me and calling me a bad friend and saying that she wished they had have jumped me and all this stuff. I was like, what the fuck? Because realistically, who the absolute fuck says that to their, like, best friend? And now she's been asking me to fight her. She's been like, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me, or else you're a pussy, or else, like, this is gonna happen if you don't fight me. So now I'm getting ready to go fight her. I'm not even scared to fight her, though, because I feel like at the end of the day, whatever happens today happens. I feel like I could beat her, though. I would have just said no to fighting her like I did last time with the girls who wanted to jump me and stuff. But at this point, if I don't fight her, I'm just gonna look like the problem and the pussy. The only thing I'm scared about is maybe getting expelled, because I remember a girl that wanted to jump me, one of the girls that wanted to jump me, she got expelled for trying to go at me again. And this is like my second time in like 2 weeks, like almost fighting somebody. So I'm scared that the school is gonna like kick me out. I don't personally think the school will like fully expel me. I think they'll just give me like a 1-2 week maybe suspension if I fight her. But she might like pussy out when we get there, so we'll see. The funny thing is, though, I deadass don't think that anyone knows we're gonna be fighting today, unless she's told people, because she has a bit of a blabbermouth, as we've already established. But unless she's told people, no one will know, which means this will be like so random and so out of the blue. The worst thing about me, though, is like I'm a very like anxious person. Like, my anxiety takes over my life. So the worst thing that could happen is like when I'm about to fight her, I'll get like a knot in my stomach, but I pray that does not happen. Anyways, guys, this is my makeup done. I'm gonna film a like little heatless curl results after I filmed this, and then I'll post it after school, and you guys will all be able to see the finished results. Although I'm most likely gonna be wearing my hair up, because anyone that's watched or seen or been in a fight will know hair gets pulled. Anyways, I'm gonna go take out my heatless curls and then show you guys the results after school. I'll make sure to update you guys too today, hopefully, or tomorrow on the fight. Love you guys. Bye. Get ready with me to confront my ex-best friend about linking up with my ex-boyfriend. For quick context, me and my ex-boyfriend broke up about a month ago, and me and my ex-best friend stopped being friends about a literal week ago. So me and my ex-best friend stopped being friends over something so fucking stupid, but she would not like budge. She clearly did not want to be friends with me anymore, so I was like, fine, whatever. And for whatever reason, she doesn't unadd me on Snapchat, and I'm just thinking like, okay, like, is this a sign that we're gonna be friends again, or like, what the fuck is she doing this for? Fast forward 2 days after me and her stopped being friends, she posts a picture on her story of her hand and a boy's hand, like holding hands together, right? And I am sat there thinking to myself, like, damn, that hand that she's holding looks really fucking familiar. So at this point, I go on my ex-boyfriend's Insta and find the exact same picture that was on her Snap story on his Insta. And at this point, I'm literally thinking, what the actual fuck is he doing holding her hand? Like, this is not normal. So I message her on Snapchat and I'm like, hey, why the fuck are you with my ex-boyfriend? And she's like, why the fuck are you, like, stalking me and him? Like, it's actually weird. And I'm like, babe, like, you're posting it everywhere. He's posting it everywhere. And obviously, at this point, I'm getting really, really fucking vexed. I'm, like, arguing with her really badly. And she says to me, if you have an issue or you want to find out anything, meet me at this area. I'm not going to say the area tomorrow. And today is tomorrow. And I'm just like, of course I want to know what you're doing with him. So sure, I'll meet you in the fucking area. Like, I don't care. And so she sends me the Addy and she's like, pull up there tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I will pull up. And like, I'm not gonna lie, obviously I'm gonna pull up. I don't want to fight her. I don't want to argue with her. I just want to know what she's doing with my ex-boyfriend. Like, this is just not her at all. I know her and I want to know why she's changed. We were meant to be meeting in around an hour, but the area is like half an hour from my house, so I'm gonna get my mom to drive me to the area, obviously. I'm just praying that we can resolve everything today because I don't want to argue with her. She's my literal best friend. Even if we're not on talking terms right now, she is my best friend. But obviously, she wants to play frenemies. Honestly, I'm praying for two things, which is that I get an explanation as to why she's hanging out with my ex-boyfriend and that me and her can be friends again. I'm honestly just praying for a good outcome out of the situation, but at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, so whatever happened is obviously happening for a reason. I will either update you guys later or tomorrow. Love you guys so much. Bye!
After spending the whole night in the police station, get ready with me while I tell you the story about how I almost got kidnapped. So since summer is coming up, my sister's boyfriend decided to buy all of us like this like bike and like well, there's one bike and there's one like scooter, but the bike is like powered by gas or whatever you want to say. And the bike randomly completely died on us. Like, we kept trying to start it. It would not start. It had gas in it. It was all fine. It just wouldn't start. Like a 6-minute drive from my house. I don't know how far of a walk it is, but I had to walk that bike all the way back home. And it's on these like back roads that are like covered by trees. Not many things are by it. I don't know. It's getting close to the time where my brother has to help my mom. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go help mom and I'll be back. I'll come find you. And I was like, okay, because guys, I did not have my phone. So I was alone on these back roads. I did not have my phone. I had nothing except the bike. Hear this car approaching behind me and slowing down, but like all the cars were slowing down to go around us because it was on this back road. There was nowhere else for us to go, so we had to kind of like be on the road. And he slows down. Keep in mind, he already passed us. He passed me when I was with my brother. So 10 minutes after my brother left, he drives past me again, but this time he slows down. Then he goes, oh, how far are you walking? And I was like, oh, just up the road. And he was like, oh, I can help you. And he starts to pull over on the side of the road. And I was like, no, I got it. It's fine. I said, no. Then he's like, no, I'm helping you. And I was like, no. Then he turns off his truck, gets out, and starts walking towards me. I'm walking like away, and he's like walking towards me. So it's kind of like this kind of thing. He just keeps walking towards me. I'm like, no, I got it. I got it. At this point, I'm literally like in a ditch, almost in the cornfield, because he's like kind of like pushing me. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, oh, come on, just let me help you. I was like, no, I'm good. It's right up the road. And he was like, I got an ID. I can show you who I am so you know who I am. And I was like, nope, it's okay. Then he proceeds to go to his car. And I was scared. I didn't know what he was going to, like, pull out. Like, or what. But he did end up pulling out his wallet. And he was going to give me his, like, ID so, like, I knew who he was. But that doesn't help anything. At this point, I am, like, literally in the ditch. Because, like, he kept, like, not like cornering me, but it was like I was going and he was going. And like I was in the ditch, almost in the cornfield with the damn bike. Because like I don't want to lose my sister's boyfriend's bike. This is the brother in question. Can't see him, but he's the one that left me to die.
Type shit.
Anyways, so then, after I said no all those times, he was like, what did he say? He was asking if, like, because he saw me and my brother driving with each other earlier. And he was like, do you know that guy that drove off? And I was like, yeah, it's my brother. And he was like, he was going pretty fast. Is he going to come back? And I was like, I don't know. Because I seriously didn't know. I should have said yes. There was, like, a church, like, like a minute walk up the road. And then when I finally told him that I had friends at that church, that's when he got in his car. But then he, like, found me like this, like, for about a minute. And then right before I got to the church, he, like, turned around and then zoomed that way. Like, the opposite way. I think what made it worse was I was on a back road with no phone. And it was kind of, like, covered by trees. And my brother left me. So, like,
this is your sign to not do anything alone because. So stay safe. Watch out for your surroundings. Bye, guys.
Who's gonna save me now? I hope it's you, my baby.